let's start with your path from high school age, maybe early teens.
Yeah. Not at all like that.
How you came to Stockholm School of Economics.
Not at all like that, my friend. So for me, I was the best in class until 6th grade.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was in the top. But then there was a fateful year of 1991, and all the people who love music can relate to what happened in 91. Within the span of I think it was like 44 days or something. Albums which were released were Metallica's Black Album, Nirvana Nevermind, Guns N' Roses Use Your Illusion 1 and 2, Pearl Jam 10, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Blood, Sex, Sugar, Magic. So when music scientifically actually hits you the most, which is between the ages of 13 to 17, which is the music you relate to most in your life. When I turned, God damn it, 12, 13, that batch of music came out, and it touched me so hard that I just, got totally in love with first Kurt Cobain and Nirvana. And I started painting with like a big, marker pen. I wrote like Nirvana and then, Black Album. Then James Hetfield became my house god. And I got a bass guitar as a present from my confirmation. That's the only reason why I went to do a confirmation to get gifts.
Yeah, that's the Swedish approach.
Yeah, not to create a bond with God.
Yeah.
And then I started playing hard rock music and stuff, and school just went to shit. Sorry for swearing. When you're not educated, you end up in construction work.
Yeah.
So I did construction and like all these horrible jobs, asbestos sanitation, and for a very low salary, and I just hated my life. And I after 3 years, I started thinking, okay, maybe I'm wasting potential because I know I have the capacity to actually study, and I'm always been very interested and curious and reading a lot. Also as a kid, I think I read 20 Stephen King books before I turned 13, 14.
Wow.
So I was reading a lot. So it started to feel like my life is going down the drain. So here's where the Nordics especially comes in. You can afford. I'm not saying you should do it, but you can afford to screw up in your teens and correct it. In the States, maybe not so much.
Would you say even that you should maybe experiment already in your teens?
Well, the reason there is a difference between Finland and Sweden in terms of higher education. So if you go to let's say university or college or whatever it is, in Sweden, the way you apply is through your average grades from high school, or it's high school, upper secondary, yeah. That's how you get in. So schools, as you know, have what is called the GPA, or so to speak, the average that you have. And then that average, the time when I was studying, was from 5 to 20. 20 being the highest. MVG, mycket väl godkänt, it was called. So, and the top schools were basically having everything from 18 to 20. The not so popular schools were having maybe 18 to 15 or 14, depending on popularity. So the more demand, because the supply was, fixed, the more demand, the higher the grades. So all the best schools required that your high school grades were high. In Finland, you could actually go through with average grades and then do the entry exam and get in. So the problem with Sweden was at that point is that if you kind of screwed up your high school, you were locked out of a lot of universities, and you couldn't get in unless you did, studied up your grades or did this high school exam, or this college exam that we have in Sweden that is general exam. So for me, I got this horrible anxiety when I was, I think, 19. I was like, my life is going down the drain. And then I started looking at these catalogs, back then before internet had penetrated the society as much as today. So I started reading these catalogs, and I found, a lot of schools like Royal
School of Technology,
School of Technology, and Stockholm University, and all these sorts of stuff. And I looked at the grades. I didn't care about economics, but then when I saw Stockholm School of Economics, a school, which I didn't even heard of, and I noticed that it was standing out quite a lot in this catalog. And I was like, what is this place? And then, there was some sort of statistics box there, which stated that, 97% of the graduates get a job before writing their thesis. I was like, oh, what? That sounds pretty good.
And a really good job.
Yeah. And also, in the same fact box, I think there was like they have the highest median salaries in Sweden. And that kind of stuck to me. I was like, how is this possible? It's like, what is this mystery school? And I started doing research, and I understood that basically, all the CEOs of the big companies, a lot of politicians, there was this musical artist Takabu that went to Handels,
Christian Luuk.
Yeah, Christian Luuk. I was like, what is this school? And it just was shrouded in this mystery of like famous people and like these really hardcore performers. And I was like, okay, I think I need to, get here because it seems to be opening a lot of doors.